What's good, Vikings faithful? Skol Nation, rise up. We've got a massive holiday treat coming our way, and I'm buzzing with excitement to break it down for you. Picture this. It's Christmas Day 2025. You're surrounded by family, presents under the tree, and then, boom! The Minnesota Vikings are about to clash with the Detroit Lions in a Week 17 NFC North showdown that could shake the playoff race. This isn't just any game. It's a holiday spectacle that has us all on the edge of our seats, ready to dive into the purple and gold chaos? Let's unpack why this Christmas Day battle is the gift every Vikings fan needs. Now, before we get too hyped, let's clear the air. There was a wild rumor floating around. Shout out to Jordan Schultz on X, who briefly had us thinking the Lions were hosting us on Thanksgiving. That post went viral faster than a Justin Jefferson touchdown, but it was deleted quicker than you can say, Skol, the real deal. The Vikings are hosting the Lions at US Bank Stadium on December 25th, 2025, and it's streaming on Netflix, per Ben Goesling of the Minnesota Star-Tribune and Paul Lambert of KFA-NFM. This is huge, folks. A primetime divisional rivalry game on a holiday? That's the kind of drama that makes Vikings football legendary. So what's at stake and why should you be glued to your screen? Stick with me as we break it down. Here's the hook. This game isn't just about bragging rights. It could decide who rules the NFC North. Both teams are coming off roller coaster 2024 seasons. Detroit was the NFC's #1 seed, but choked in the playoffs, while our Vikings showed flashes of brilliance but fell short, with stars like Jared Goff and Amon-Ra St. Brown facing off against J.J. McCarthy and Justin Jefferson. This is a receiver showdown for the ages. But here's the kicker. Christmas falls on a Thursday, and with a possible short rest after a brutal schedule, will our Vikings have the juice to outlast the Lions? Let's dive into the first big question. What does this holiday showdown mean for our playoff hopes? Alright, Skol Squad, let's talk stakes. This Christmas Day game in Week 17 is late in the season, when every play feels like it's do or die. The Vikings and Lions have been neck and neck in the NFC North lately, with Detroit snagging the division crown in 2024 after a 15-2 regular season. But don't sleep on our Vikings. Under Kevin O'Connell, we've been building momentum, and with J.J. McCarthy potentially leading the charge, this could be our year to flip the script. A win here could lock in a playoff spot or even steal the division lead, especially if the standings are tight. Now, let's get nerdy with some context. According to Vikings.com, our 2025 schedule is a gauntlet. Think back-to-back international games in Dublin and London in Weeks 4 and 5, likely followed by a Week 6 bye. That means by Week 17, our guys might be feeling the grind, especially with Christmas on a Thursday. If we're not playing Thursday night football in Week 16, we're looking at just 4 days of rest. That's brutal for a physical game against a Lions team that loves to bully opponents up front. Will our depth hold up? Can our defense, hopefully bolstered by 2025 draft picks, contain Detroit's explosive offense? Here's where you come in, Vikings fans. What do you think our playoff chances look like if we dominate this game? Drop your predictions in the comments, because I'm dying to hear how you're feeling about this holiday rumble. A victory could set us up for a monster Week 18 finale, maybe against the Packers or Bears, as Minnesota often closes against division rivals. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's zoom in on the next big angle. Why this game is a must-watch for every Vikings diehard. Let's talk star power, because this Vikings-Lions clash is dripping with it. Picture Justin Jefferson, our human highlight reel, torching Detroit's secondary with those silky routes last season. He racked up 1,400 receiving yards despite inconsistent QB play. Now, with McCarthy or a veteran like Sam Darnold potentially slinging it, J.J. could be unstoppable. On the flip side, Detroit's Amon-Ra St. Brown is no slouch. His 1,500-yard 2024 campaign made him a nightmare for defenses. This receiver duel could steal the show, and I'm already hyped imagining the highlight reels. But it's not just about the receivers. Jared Goff, Detroit's gunslinger, thrives in big moments, throwing for over 4,000 yards last season. Our secondary, led by Byron Murphy Jr., needs to step up big time to keep Goff in check. And don't forget the trenches. Detroit's O-line is a beast, but our D-line, with guys like Jonathan Greenid, could disrupt their rhythm. The question is, can Brian Flores dial up the blitzes to rattle Goff? This game will be a chess match, and every move counts when the playoff picture is on the line. So, Vikings Nation, who's your X factor in this matchup? Is it Jefferson going off for 150 yards, or maybe a surprise breakout from a rookie? Hit the comments with your hot takes. Oh, and here's a teaser to keep you locked in. This game's streaming on Netflix, but what's the catch with the short rest? Could it be a trap for our Vikings? Let's dive deeper into the schedule chaos next. Let's get real about this short rest situation, because it's got me a little nervous. Christmas Day on a Thursday means our Vikings are likely playing on just 4 days rest, assuming they don't have a Thursday night football game in Week 16. According to the Star Tribune, we're not part of the NFL's Saturday doubleheader in Week 16, so we're probably coming off a Sunday game. That's a tight turnaround for a physical battle against a Lions team that's built to grind teams down. Now let's factor in the season's toll. By Week 17, our Vikings will have already played 16 games, including those international trips to Dublin against Pittsburgh and London against Cleveland. A likely Week 6 by means no rest for 11 straight weeks leading into Christmas. Our training staff will need to work miracles to keep guys like Aaron Jones and TJ Hawkinson fresh. Detroit's no stranger to holiday games. They play every Thanksgiving, so they might have an edge in handling this quick prep. What do you think, Skol fans? Are you worried about the short rest? Or do you trust O'Connell to have our boys ready to roll? Leave your thoughts below, and let's keep the vibe going. Up next, we're diving into why Netflix streaming this game is a game-changer for Vikings fans worldwide. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Okay, let's talk about this Netflix deal because it's kind of a big deal. The Vikings-Lions Christmas Day game is streaming exclusively on Netflix, part of the NFL's push to dominate holiday viewership. Last year, Netflix debuted with 2 Christmas games, and now they're doubling down with our Vikings headlining alongside the Cowboys-Commanders matchup. This means you'll need a Netflix subscription to watch, but it's also a chance for our Purple Pride to shine on a global stage. Why does this matter? Well, Netflix isn't just for binge-watching Stranger Things. It's a platform with millions of subscribers worldwide. For Vikings fans in places like London, where we'll play earlier in 2025, or even casual fans who don't have cable, this is huge. Plus, Netflix is hyping this game with tie-ins like their quarterback series featuring Jared Goff and receiver spotlighting Justin Jefferson. Imagine the pre-game hype videos dropping on Netflix. That's next-level exposure for our Vikings. Here's a question for you. Are you stoked to watch this on Netflix? Or is it a hassle to switch platforms? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's talk. Oh, and stick around. Next, we're breaking down how this game could set the tone for a massive Week 18 finale. The suspense is killing me. Let's look ahead to the bigger picture, because this Christmas Day game could be a springboard to something epic. If the Vikings beat the Lions, we're talking serious momentum heading into Week 18. Minnesota loves ending the season against division rivals. Think Packers or Bears, and a win on Christmas could mean we're fighting for a division title or a higher playoff seed. Last season, Detroit clinched the NFC North in Week 18 against us, so this is our shot at revenge. But here's the flip side. A loss could sting, especially if we're banged up from the short rest. The Lions are no joke. Their 15-2 record in 2024 wasn't a fluke, and with Ben Johnson calling plays, they're creative as hell. Our Vikings need to match that energy, and it starts with O'Connell's game plan. Will we lean on the run game with Aaron Jones, or let McCarthy air it out? The choices we make on Christmas could define our postseason fate. Skol Nation, what's your vibe for Week 18 if we win this one? Are we punching our ticket to the playoffs? Or is it Super Bowl or bust? Hit the comments with your dreams for this season. Next up, we're diving into the Lions side, why they're just as hungry for this holiday showdown. Don't go anywhere. Let's flip the script and talk about our rivals, the Detroit Lions, because they're coming into this game with fire in their eyes. After getting bounced in the 2024 playoffs despite a 15-2 record, Detroit's got a chip on their shoulder the size of Lake Superior. Jared Goff is playing like a man possessed, and their receiving core, led by St. Brown and Jameson Williams, can stretch the field like nobody's business. This is a team that smells blood in the water. Their defense is no slouch either. Aiden Hutchinson, if he's back to full strength after his 2024 injury, is a quarterback's nightmare. Our O-line needs to be on point to protect McCarthy. Plus, Lions fans are salty about playing both Thanksgiving and Christmas. Per Alex Anzalone's 3-word reaction on Sporting News, not exactly thrilled. That could mean a distracted Detroit squad, or one that's extra motivated to spoil our holiday. What's your take, Vikings fans? Do you think the Lions' holiday schedule drama gives us an edge? Or are they too dangerous to underestimate? Drop your thoughts below. Alright, let's keep this train rolling. Next, we're exploring the fan experience at US Bank Stadium for this Christmas clash. It's gonna be electric. Let's paint a picture of game day at US Bank Stadium, because this Christmas Day showdown is gonna be a party for the ages. Imagine 66,000 Vikings fans decked out in purple, belting out Sweet Caroline, and blowing the Jeller horn as the Lions take the field. The energy in that stadium is unmatched. Last season, our home crowd forced multiple false starts against Detroit, and we'll need that same chaos to rattle Goff. If you're lucky enough to snag tickets, StubHub's got seats starting at $247 in Section 329, per USA Today. But it's not just about the game, it's the holiday vibe. Picture tailgates with hot cocoa, Santa hats with Vikings logos, and fans swapping Christmas gifts in the parking lot. The NFL knows how to market these moments, and with Netflix streaming, they'll probably have cameras everywhere capturing the Skol chant for the world to see. For those watching at home, Netflix's crisp 4K stream means you won't miss a single Jefferson toe tap catch. Who's going to the game and who's hosting a watch party at home? Let me know in the comments, and share your plans for this epic holiday. We're almost at the finish line, but first, let's wrap up with why this game is the ultimate test for our 2025 Vikings. Here comes the big finale. Let's bring it home, Skol Nation. This Christmas Day game is more than a rivalry. It's a statement. The 2025 Vikings are on a mission to prove they belong among the NFL's elite. And beating Detroit in front of the world is the perfect way to do it. Whether it's McCarthy's coming-out party, Jefferson's record-breaking day, or Flores' defense shutting down Goff, this game could be the spark that launches us into a deep playoff run. The NFC North is a bloodbath, but we're built for this fight. Looking back, our 2024 season showed we've got the heart to compete, but we need to finish stronger. This Christmas clash is our chance to flip the narrative and show the Lions, and the NFL, that Minnesota's ready to dominate. With the whole world watching on Netflix and maybe even a playoff berth on the line, every snap will feel like a movie. So, buckle up, because December 25th, 2025, is when the Vikings write their next chapter. Vikings faithful, I need you to bring the energy. Drop your score predictions, your MVP picks, and your wildest hopes for this game in the comments. Smash that like button, subscribe for more Vikings news breakdowns, and share this video with every Skol fan you know. Let's pack US Bank Stadium virtually or in person, and make this Christmas one for the history books. Skol Vikings!